RTK, they played for us in the Mobile Masters earlier this year, and basically they were just amazing. And even though they didn't win World Championship, I was really happy that I got to be there and that I got to commentate on it, and then I got to meet them, because that was amazing on its own. So right now we're seeing some of the team up. I'm gonna just press ready just so that I can't forget to do that. And well, in a bit you'll actually be seeing this, because I'm streaming with a 5-minute delay in it, so that no one can see the lineup of the other team before people are actually ready for it. So that's basically it. We see that the Honor is probably not going to drive in RU, but that is what he has picked right now. So I have a feeling, just a tiny hint of a feeling that might change. But overall, I know that IS4s, IS7s are generally really good tanks to have in these tournaments. I'm kind of curious whether we're going to be seeing Chieftains, because they are on sale right now. And they are pretty amazing, only I don't know if the teams have had enough time to either play with them or to get used to them in other ways, and whether or not they feel that it is competitive enough to use in Clan Wars. On the other hand, we have some IS-7s, we have a few big guns, some autoloaders, and a T-95, which is not necessarily the tank that I would be bringing with me to a tournament match, let me put it that way. But this whole tournament is set up through the principle of the strongest versus the weakest first. So in that way, most of the strong clans will be able to go through to the next round, because that was one of the problems that we had with the last tournament in the spring, was that it was basically random, and that meant that some of the really strong clans in the EU server got knocked out very early into the game, into the tournament that is, because they had to face each other so soon. So with this principle, Wargame has actually done a really good job of basically avoiding that, keeping that from happening again. And I quite like that. So hopefully that throughout this tournament we'll be seeing some really amazing gameplay from really strong clans as they meet one another in the next couple of rounds in the tournament. Because today and tomorrow we have the preliminaries, which basically means that strongest versus weakest, to the two top one cons continue onwards to the next round. And tomorrow we have something similar. And then from the next couple of weeks we will be seeing that round robin, where you have the 8 strongest clans of the EU server facing off against each other in a round robin, meaning that they face each and every single one of them. And then we have the same thing again with the top 4 clans of the EU, as far as I followed the news and everything. And it's just, I think it's a really good way to define who is the strongest on the server. So that should be really good fun to follow. I'm going to be streaming most, if not all, of the battles that we will be seeing. And hopefully you'll like my commentary and you'll enjoy the way I do it and everything. And you'll be seeing more of me that way. And last but not least, if you are looking through the portal through the EU server, you will be able to get Twister coins. So it might be worth switching to that rather than through YouTube. I don't know exactly how it works, how many you get and how many you need and everything. But all the same, yeah, that's basically what we're going to be seeing. And you can use those Twister coins to get Twister crates. And with the crates you can get nice prizes. So it's worth trying at least. So now we have 25 seconds. The teams are both ready. We have on the right side, we have 3 autoloaders, a fast tank, relatively fast D, a very slow TD and a heavy. And on the other side, we have some speed, but not too much. We have a few big guns and a lot of armor. So it will be interesting to see what they do. The first map is Himmelsdorf. So that should be really good fun. So here we go. Into the queue and into the game soon. And now we should also be live on YouTube. I'm behind the blue steel right now. I'm doing my best to follow everything, and I'm gonna be doing my best to show you all the commands and, well, all the things that are happening in the game. And I'm hoping that I'm gonna do it well, and I'm hoping that we're gonna see lots of fun things here. So like I said, don't forget there's a 5-minute delay by the time you see anything. Everything has already happened. And basically that's also why I won't really be replying to chat messages, because basically that would be useless. I am noticing that they are not starting with please win, so I'm hoping that they remedy that next time, because they did that a lot. Please device. BL device? I don't know. So I'm gonna be... let me see. Sorry, I'm just... There we go, that's better. I'm gonna be zooming out a little bit, follow what they're doing. They're going to go strongly for base B to begin with, and probably for base A afterwards if they notice that no one is there, which there isn't. We have the team lining up over there, but by the time they get anywhere they should be able to get base A very easily. And then hopefully they won't get pincered, because that is the trick with everyone going there. But they have an AMX there and they're focus firing quite nicely. The enemy team is capturing base D. And yeah, I have a feeling that RTK has the upper hand here also, because they have the point capture, they have the HP capture. And we're seeing that they are focus firing quite nicely. And KSK7 is in a bit of a pickle here. Zert did just lost some health, but overall I have a feeling this will be RTK's game, mostly because of that. Look at the focus fire, it's just amazing that T57 Heavy had absolutely no chance. Now the mediums are pushing in, they definitely have the point advantage now. They have massive HP advantage with basically more than double what the enemy team has. Some nice more focus fire. They are starting to get into the T57 Heavy there. And he's not going to survive for long, even though he has a shell left. It's not going to be enough to kill the guy that is right next to him. And Zert misses a shot there. But I have a feeling that up on the next reload, Zert has this. There we go. And some more focus fire. There's only one guy left now, and it's a poor Leo with very little health, so I have a feeling he's not going to survive for long. And with a nice ram in the end, RTK has this first match. So that's the first match done. We see a whopping difference in damage. RTK did almost 1k, well, 9k more damage than the enemy team. And I think that's the risk with the autoloaders, because generally it is very tricky to use autoloaders in tournaments unless you manage to unclip together. So now we're just waiting for them to ready up again. One of them set themselves as spectator. I'm not sure that's a really good idea, but who knows. And we're going to be seeing the next match in just 1 minute. RTK is not really switching tanks. The enemy team is switching tanks a little bit. They got an E100 now. And the T95 just left. And they have an object instead. I think that is the better choice overall. Because, well, T95, it can't really get anywhere. It can't really cap any bases. And yeah. It's tricky to use, let me put it that way. RTK is switching tanks. They've got more giant guns now. And I think they're going to have some fun with this. So in the meantime, I'm going to pull up my stream on YouTube. Just to see what happens in the chat, to be sure. Even though people should be watching through the portal and all, you never know. So we have 12 seconds left before the game actually begins. I'm gonna try and see if we are live yet. There we go, next match. So again, let me know if everything is going alright. Because I can't really tell with the delay and everything. And it's a bit tricky for me. So there we go. We're back into the game. We have Zerd in the bat chat right now instead of the IS-7. Bat chat is such a lovely funny tank. Enemy E100 wants to say something but is at a loss for words because he's not really saying anything. And we'll see what happens. I have a feeling that we're gonna be seeing something similar. And we're gonna be going up a little bit, and I think we're gonna see what the enemy team is doing. Zerd is gonna go to base A, while the rest of the RTK team is going towards base C and going up behind base A as well, similar to what we saw last time. Same thing with the enemy team, they are focusing on D with a little bit at A, and they're not even capping B. First shots have been fired into the IS-7 over there. I don't think this object is gonna stay safe for long because he's been spotted now, and he has a whole crew of RTK steadily shooting at him now. So he's gonna lose a lot of health very quickly, I'm afraid. E100 is now in a really good side-scraping position there, if he actually manages to do it. And he does bounce a few shots there, so that's really good on his part. But we have a bat chat coming in now with a full clip. So he's gonna be starting losing HP because R2K can basically take it and just rush in and focus fire the heck out of the enemy. So now, ooh, that was a nice shot into Zerd by the object 268, but the 268 is already lost a lot of health and they're getting rushed now from behind. So this is not gonna last very long. And R2K is some nice focus fire again. They're ignoring the E100 quite a bit. But now that the IS-7 is dead, they have no choice, they go for the E100. And that's a lot of tanks gone already. Sorry about that. On the other side, we have Winch in the mouse, taking quite a few shots and bouncing a lot of shots, but he is steadily losing health. And all he needs to do basically is just hold and to live there. And oh my god, look at that shot by the Honor, that was awesome. And RTK is now rushing in. And this is not going to last long, I'm afraid. Because these tanks don't have that much armor. And basically RTK has some great firepower, great focus fire. And now it's just the AMX ready because the T-57 Heavy is going to die very soon. And there they go. So that went really, really fast. And I believe that's already it for this match. So that's going to be tricky. Look at the difference in damage. Nearly 10k more damage this time. That's quite awesome. Nice gameplay by RTK. Definitely nice focus fire. And again, like I said, this is it for this round. We still have another round to go. Let's see when that is. So I'm just going to go to the chart. And see who they are fighting next. And that's in 28 minutes or so. So I don't think anyone expected a different result than this. We don't know who is up against them yet. So I'm gonna see if I can see how the other teams are doing. Or I can play some tier 1 for you. But I have a feeling this team might not make it through either. I'm not quite sure, but I think that would be logical. And overall, like I said, the principle is the strongest versus the weakest. So you have, in every group, you have a few strong clans, you have a few medium strength clans, and you have a few weak clans. And like I said, some strong ones. And I think that principle is really good because it means that the strong ones will always go through. So that's always worth it. So overall, we have like 28 minutes left to go. Well, 21 minutes to be exact. So I'm going to be taking you into a game I'm completely new when it comes to playing PC, so I honestly don't know what to drive. And I'm not going to go into the high tiers yet, mostly because I generally have absolutely no clue whatsoever. So I think I'm going to stick with tier 1. I'm not going to be checking who's messaging me, by the way, because you never know what they say, and I don't want that to happen in the live stream, to be honest, because I would make a complete fool of myself. But overall, yeah. Let's see what happens. YouTube chat is a lot more active than the chat is actually showing. So that's basically the chat just derping around. But yeah, you're gonna be stuck with me seeing me play. I actually need to check. Oh look, it has a live button. That's nice. I need to check my controls because I honestly don't know. Okay, so shells are that. I'm not even gonna bother trying to type. Yes, RTK is now probably watching the battle that they just had. Not really surprised there. Not really surprised that you won, guys. Nikolai is trying to say something, I think. I'm glad that I got to stream you guys. I always like watching your tactics and your gameplay. So onwards to tier 1. Like I said, I haven't got the foggiest how to play on PC, so this will be very interesting. Hello, the Matt Gamer. But since we have allowed 20 minutes to kill, I figured that just sitting in my garage and just talking would be utterly useless. I don't speak Polish, so I have absolutely no clue what you guys are saying there. So, sorry for not responding to that. And again, with the delay, it would be pretty useless too, anyway. This is, especially the just turning and everything, I'm so not used to that. This time even sniper mode makes even me nauseous, to be honest. Oh yeah, auto aim. That's something that I'm so good on my iPad. I always have auto aim just there. It's always activated. Unless I make a sort of like difficult shot or whatever. On PC that's really not the case, and I have honestly, again, no idea what I'm doing. And I'm just shooting when I see when I spot a target. But overall I don't think I'm doing all that bad, considering I've little to no experience on a PC. I can't shoot you, he's behind the rock. Ow, that hurt. They have a camper. But where? There he is. Yes, shoot the rock. That is so useful. There we go. That's damage. No, don't shoot me. I don't want him to shoot me. I want to be the one doing damage, not to get damage onto me. I like rocks that way. They help so much. Ah! Why? Oh well. Let's see how the rest is going. We have someone capping, which is very, very interesting. He's looking for targets, but he's finding none in the buildings that he's staring at. Let me see. The MS-1 is still alive somehow. Are you gonna kill him, T1? Are you gonna kill him? Is he? Is he? Do you think so? Oh my god, he actually didn't. Wow. I got destruction assistance. That's always nice. Now there's only one. Cat deal? Cat Phil. I do like cats, Diana. I like cats a lot. You'll see this in 5 minutes and be like, what? So let's see if we can actually win this. There's one guy left and he's in the base. Do you think they can figure out what the hell is going on and actually go to the base? Because quite frankly, teams at tier 1 aren't that good and you can't really understand what they're doing because they generally don't have a clue what they're doing. And he's just killed the first one. Now we have the second T1 Cunningham with an autogun, who is actually doing damage but also missing a lot of shots because, well, autogun and tier 1. And why on earth would you use cover when you can just drive straight on in and just get shot? So he is doing some damage again, but again not all that much. And if the MS1 just can get 2 shots in, he's gonna, well, kill this T1 Cunningham at least. Oh my god, he actually managed to kill the guy. That's amazing. Wow. To be honest, as noob as that was, I'm not completely unimpressed because, well, PC. And for me, that's a typical touch player. Yeah. I don't expect anything from myself on PC. Let's see how many minutes do we have left? 14 minutes. I can do another match in that. I can drive. I'll drive up to tier 4, but I don't know what. I do like the MS1. It's got amazing rate of, well, for tier 1, I think that's the strongest one. Marek, you get coins by watching through the portal, not through here, I believe. I don't know if you have a chat there then. But yeah, that's basically how it goes. Through the portal, if you watch, you get Twister coins. With the Twister coins, you can get things. No, I don't speak Italian. I'm so used to not streaming with a delay that you can probably tell that, because I do tend to respond to the message in the chat, even though that is completely useless. RTK never disbanded as far as I know, just so you know. Wow, we have a guy shooting the ground. That is very hopeful. That's sure to go well. He's now reloading already. Did absolutely no damage. I'll see if I can drive a different tier later on. But yeah, for now you have to. I'm really insecure when it comes to playing on PC. I am steadily finding my buttons again, so that might help. This is why I dislike auto aim on the PC. Come on, stay there. Just stay put. I can do more damage to you and track you again. Why is that? I was just gonna say, why is that guy not dead yet? I'm actually better without the auto aim on PC than with. That's funny. In my opinion, it's never really a good idea to use the autogun. Hello. Thank you for peeking out for me to shoot you. Oh my god, they're shooting me. He really wants me. I don't like that. There we go. Another one bites the dust. Aw, that would have been fun if I could kill him that way. Let's see. That's another one. Well, that was useless. No, tournament isn't in tier 1. I'm playing tier 1 because I really can't play anything else when I'm playing on PC. That's all. Now there's only one guy left. Oh, he's very, very, very dead. Woohoo! I won again. Hello, Penny. Got a first class on PC. Wow. Okay. So let's see. I'm just gonna check the time between a rematch. 10 minutes. In 5 minutes, the training room should go up, I think. So in this case, I'm just gonna be hanging out in my garage and see what happens. I'm just gonna reply in the chat real quick. Are received by watching the stream through the portal. If you are watching through the Wargaming site, you will get Blitz Twister coins. So that's something I'm probably going to be repeating a lot. So feel free to repeat it a lot again in the whatever channel you're in, basically, so that people understand. And I know that you get coins per minute possibly that you watch, but I don't know how many, and I don't know how much you need and everything. I do know that the Twister crates cost 1500 coins. So I honestly have no idea. So now we're just waiting and we're admiring the garage. Just looking around. Not much going on here. There's a truck driving over there, which is quite useless. So I'm not sure what to talk about right now, to be honest. There's not really much to commentate on with the chart. I can actually see how other people are doing. So you can see that these four guys, the DGSAT, KSK7, PWP1 and TD51 are not through. And these are through to the semi-finals. And it's actually UA versus RTK next. So that should be fun. They have in group 2, not really big surprise there, Legion through. Versus a lot of clans that I, to be honest, have never heard about. Group 3 we have First, that has gone through. Group 4 we have Elm. What was that? For a moment I thought I got a notification because my screen blinked, but wasn't the case. So we're gonna go back to the chart. In group 4, Adam is through against together with Codex. Codex I remember from the tournament in March. They had some really wicked tactics, which was really fun to watch. We have Nerd through in group 5. Win and Argo in group 6. And of course the other clan spot. Like I said, I don't know all of them. WW is through. I've seen them around. BHPP. Another First. APA is through. There's quite a few groups. This is an interesting group with Raiden HSDE. That should be fun. Isa Hapke through. Then we have Mate through. No surprise there either. Not a Codex, not a LM. MBJK, I've seen them around as well. Clan Turk is through. LXN and War TR. And another Ergo. Then we have Pat and Kraken S. That should be interesting as well, I think. Easy and Pink are through together with Tesher. Then we have US, Us, and Mercy that are through. I don't think there's any surprise here, to be honest. Loka is through. Immor is through. Unknown is through. Another Legion, Live Hate. That will be an interesting matchup as well. And that's it. So in 6 minutes, the next match should start. I'm just gonna see what's happening in the chat a little bit. And there is the room. I think, no, it's actually someone wanting to platoon with me. No, that's not gonna happen while I'm streaming, sorry. I have a link actually on my... Let me see if I can quickly find it. Because I shared it that way on both Facebook and on my Discord. So I'm just gonna see if I can share it real quickly. There you go. That's the link that you can use to look at the chat. So yeah, feel free to watch through the portal. That will get you Blitz coins. And that can get you stuff. Not really much to tell you. Tournament room is not up yet. We have a few minutes left to go. There we go. There's the room. I'm just gonna press ready again just to be safe. RTK is already there. UA should be appearing shortly, I guess. And now we have the map for Despair, so we see 2 268s. That will be interesting. Lots of IS4s and an AMX. That's an interesting choice, especially alone. And the enemy team is not here yet. Oh yeah, I do need to disable auto zoom, but I'll work on that next time. So we have, well, 3.5 minutes about to go, and we have no enemy team yet. It would definitely help if they had an enemy, if they were to actually, like, kill them and everything. Because a technical win is really not all that much fun. Winch has appeared in the room. Maybe he can play for the enemy if they don't have enough players now. I think that a lot of people are expecting them to be... No, maybe not knocked out. Oh, there we go. There's an enemy. There's one. We need 6 more. Steadily they are dropping in. With some very heavy armor. And 1 troll gun. So we need 1 more for them to have a full team. Which would generate... There we go. Now they have a full team. That should be a lot better. And look at that armor. I have a feeling that they're gonna just either go through base C to hold it, or they're gonna all go towards base B and hold that. But the trick with supremacy is that you need 2 bases, or at least to dominate 2 bases, in order to get anything done. So it will be interesting to see what they do and what RTK does in reply. Because they will be getting shots in with those tanks, and that's going to be quite cool to watch. So not much to say right now, just waiting until the clock ticks on and on and on until we enter the battle. basically with the whole tournament stuff, it's the games that are interesting to commentate on. The whole time in between is not all that interesting. And yeah, I'll be playing a different tier after this one. If we do get another match after this, I'll see when these matches have been concluded. I can't believe the one Mo is actually now on the chat when only a minute left until the games begin. Oh well. Well, that one I can explain the one Mo. It's best versus worst overall, and 2 clans go through. So there's in each group there's 2 stronger clans, 2 medium good clans, 2 medium bad clans, and 2 bad clans. It's that easy. Wow, there are some really interesting chat going on every day, here and there. So now we have 25 seconds left to go. And we're about to start the game then finally. And I'll finally have something to talk to you guys about. So here we go on Fort Despair. With the definite team-ups on both sides. Lots and lots and lots of armor, but they did take 1 fast tank in the end. And quite some armor, but more mobile armor on RTK's side. So this should be interesting to see what they're gonna do with that much armor and where they're gonna go. Because Fort Despair is quite a tricky map. You can't really dominate one base from either which way. That's nice. I like it when they do that. So RTK is focusing both on A, on C and on B. With one IS-4 probably going to overlook base C. But we're gonna have some interesting stuff to do to see at base C, I thought, but the T-62A is actually taking more of a camping position, and he's already been spotted, so that will not be very effective, and it means that RTK now has a free base to cap with plenty of time to get there. On the other side, we have the mice overlooking base B with a lot of armor over there. RTK now almost has base C, and Black Mamba is pulling back towards his team. And they've basically given up on base C. He is turning around to try and get shots in, or at least spots in. But it will be very tricky for them. And meanwhile, UA is trying to get base B. And it looks like they're actually getting it too. They got base B, so it's 1 base versus 1 base. But RTK does have the point advantage. And they are pushing around to get shots into the guys near base B. And that was a big shot into the mouse. And mice are very nice when it comes to bouncing things. But it will be tricky. The T-62A is going to get focus fire so hard now. With the tanks that he has around them. And that shot, oh my god. Poor Black Mamba. T-62A is not going to live long this way. And the mouse is just basically ignoring him. Even taking a shot in the rear. And the one Mo is looking at him, trying to get a shot in. But the thing is that the Black Mamba is actually using his cover quite well. And there's a lot of HP being lost by the mouse. And the mouse missed a shot there, which does not help. The one Mo is getting shot, but he does finally kill off Black Mamba. And they've already taken out another one there. So now we have object versus object, but it's 263 versus 268. And 263 is getting a nice shot into it, but he did take a shot right into the side from the 268, so that doesn't help matters for him. Now he has Zerd pushing, and he is free to do so because he has a chaser right behind him, so he can't easily take a shot. And then the 263 is already dead. We have a mouse that's on the brink of death. We have 2 IS-7s here that are the only ones left over. But it's going to be very tricky for them, because even if they make all their shots count, there's a lot more guns on RTK's side than on their side, so this is not looking well for UA at all. And there we go, that's the end of the match. And with a massive point advantage and a massive HP advantage, RTK wins. But this is a lot less difference than we saw the last matches, so that's actually quite interesting in my opinion. Very well done by RTK again. So now in 2 minutes we get the next match. I wonder if they're gonna change up their lineup. Either which way. I know that RTK is. Look at them. They're picking out 2 E3s and they've lost one of the mice. Winch is going in with a mouse. So now they have... This is very interesting. They have a lot of armor. A lot of big firepower basically. And look at that. 3 WZ113s. That will be interesting to see. Don't think I've seen that tank all that much into the tournament so far, so that will be fun. And on the other side, not much has changed. The T62A has been replaced with an E100, so they want more armor. And one of the players just vanished, but he has 50 seconds to come back. And it should be fun. They're not quite sure what they want to do, apparently. Or at least the guy is not sure what he wants to pick. I always find that doing these kind of things is very tricky, because if, for instance, you forget to ready up just in time, you forget to click just in time to get back to the team, you're basically screwing your whole team. So that's not something I can advise you to do. So in 17 seconds we're going to go back into the match and we're going to see what happens this time. And if the tactics will be changed. Here we go. I like in the chat how Rez is hyping for meeting R2K in the next match. And that's also what I like about this way of strong versus weak. It's that you get 2 teams that are fighting in the finals for today. And you know that both of them will be going through, but it just determines the place. Oh, he doesn't want to get blocked. I can't imagine that. At least they're having fun with it. That's definitely helpful. So we're gonna see what happens now. They are all going towards base A and B this time. Zerd is trying to direct the team. Winch is telling us all to subscribe to Explode as well. And the enemy team is heading towards both A and B, it looks. But the WZ113s are going to the corner. And none of the enemy is, so this will be interesting to see. The E3s are being very aggressive, which can work out really well because these tanks are so strong right now. They have spotted some enemies, not all of them yet. We have the one Mo that is getting a very nice shot in there. And he's just staying there because he's not getting shot yet. He's not even getting looked at. So he has the luxury of just aiming again, waiting to reload, and then shooting again. And even though the E3 doesn't do that much damage compared to some other TDs, they're very strong tanks. And they're not really focus firing right now. There we go, that's one IS-7 gone. Camelot has not been found yet. But they are steadily starting to shoot the mouse over there. They got some nice nice shots in there, and I think it helps that Zerd has a very strong position there with the whole wall. And the blue steel is going around and going after the mouse. And I think that they're gonna focus fire as well. There we go, another nice shot into a mouse there. I love watching this kind of gameplay. Back Mamba is not really getting any shots in. He's now regrouping towards his clan. The IS-7 by now has been shot, is taking shots a little bit, but not that much. But basically the action is happening here. We have Zerd side scraping against an E100, waiting for the E3 to just arrive. And even though the E3 just got a shot there, he takes a massive shot into the E100, and now the E100 is gone already. So we're just gonna look at the other side. And now they're getting rushed. The mice are gonna die very quickly. And look at the focus fire. The E100 is gonna come to try and preserve some HP. But honestly, it doesn't matter all that much because the mice are already almost dead. And now they can start focusing on the E100. And they were fighting 2 versus 1 on both sides. The E3 is trying to get behind, but it's not really working out. And that was a massive shot into the E100 there. And there goes the E100. And there's only one guy left, and he just died, so that's the end of the match already. And that's the next match already. 7-0, wow. Great job by RTK. Again. And that's the end of this one. Let's see if we are getting another match. Because I think... yeah, RTK versus Res match. So that should be fun as well. They've been... well, I wouldn't say goading, but they are telling them that they would love to meet RTK in the battle. So that definitely helps. And that's going to happen in 22 minutes. So I'm going to try and take you out on another match in game. And I think I'm gonna drive something a bit noob friendly in the high tiers because, well, I do realize that watching tier 1 isn't all that interesting. I'm not sure this is gonna go well, but it is slow. It gives me time to think. So I'm gonna just hope that this will go well and we'll see what happens. Yeah, I do want to play Supremacy with that. Let's see what happens. Trickiest part for me is always knowing the buttons, because this is difficult for me when I'm really not used to that. Let's see what happens. And then I hope I can blast everything with AP, because that's by far the easiest. They do have more meds on their side, so that could be tricky. But yeah, we have 20 minutes to kill, so I'm not gonna be boring you all with just garage chat there, because that is quite useless. Ooh, that's tricky. Come on, IS-7, take A. Come on, IS-7, take A. Oh my god, IS-7, why you do this? I got spotted, but I'm not really afraid. I am a mouse. But it's not good that they got base B there, and that the IS-7 is not even taking base A. Come on, cap already. I want to continue on and do some damage. Ooh, there's a chieftain. Let me go do that. I am entering sniper mode because, well, I like sniper mode. Yay, I got damage in tier 10. I'm proud of me. I so need potato teams and help. That's one. I got a kill in tier 10. Wow. Oh, wrong button. No, wrong. Other side. Ah! There we go. Ooh, I even know how to activate adrenaline. Wow me. Turning in PC is hard. Come on. Reload, reload, reload. I want to get another kill. Woohoo! I got another kill. I won a match in Titan. These are the kind of stuff I'm not sure I want to be happy or sad. That wasn't all that bad. I did a mission and everything. I even got the most XP. So that's one mission done. What other missions do I have? Well, that's not gonna happen. So I'm gonna skip that. And let's see what else comes up. China. Okay, I'm gonna do that later, I think. Especially with the distance battle. How much time do we have left? 17 minutes. I got time for one more. Yeah, let's do another one in the mouse. I honestly have no idea what everyone is saying because they're speaking symbols and everything. But I hope you're all being polite and nice. Come on, mouse. Don't disappoint me. I have no idea, Kiwi. Sorry. That's one. Yeah. I wanted to not go through. I wanted to go through. I don't even know how to say SOS, to be honest. Come on, team. There we go. Renamed user. Haven't seen much of those. There we go. That's not good. Ah. And that's the end of me. Guys, really, please talk English. Oh, come on, Leo. How can you bounce on a bad chat? Are you kidding me? Yeah, this is not gonna go well. Wow. Well, at least I won the first one. So now we have next match in 13 minutes. Yeah, I can do one more. I'm sorry, I'm deleting every message that isn't English because I honestly have no idea what it is you guys are saying and whether or not you read polite or not. It's that easy. So on this map it will be tricky, especially with me playing on PC. I don't even know how to type to the team, to be honest. But we'll see what happens. So I'm just gonna push on. And we'll see what goes. I want to go to C mainly because it's a position where the mouse can be quite strong. It would be nice to get a little boost from the E75. And we have one guy all alone at base B. And I have a feeling he's gonna get absolutely wrecked there. But on the plus side, one of our mats is heading towards him to help. I'm just following one clan, Yoni. And I really liked RTK's gameplay in the spring season. There we go. Woohoo! Base captured. Let's see if we can do some more damage. Which, if he's turning like that, is definitely possible. But we don't... Oh, there is a tank behind there. But it's the AMX. That's nice. What? Don't you have another shot? Let's see what happens. There we go. I got another mission done. That's nice. I'm showing randoms because I think it would be very useless for everyone to wait half an hour before I get another match. So yeah, I am playing a few randoms in between to hopefully entertain you guys a little bit, which, considering my complete lack of experience on PC, should be highly entertaining. Well, the AMX is almost dead. There we go, another one bites the dust. But where did the other two go? There was a 263 earlier here. But where did he go now? That's the big question. Oh my god, really? Three. Come on, reload faster, please. I want to get another shot in. Get some more damage. Not gonna happen, I'm afraid. Come on. Ah! But it's nice. Got a mission done. Didn't do all too bad. No room up yet. We still have 9 minutes, but I'm not gonna risk it because I don't want to miss on the room and everything. I'm just quickly checking the chat to see what's been going on. So the mouse is really, really big. I quite like it. Lots of troll armor. I'm not all too good in it, to be honest. I always like how people think that because I'm driving sniper mode that I'm either tunnel visioning or have no clue what's going on. But the thing is, as you can see while I play, that I actually do have a clue, and that it actually makes me better because I noob when I'm not out in sniper mode, and for me it really, really works. So for me, this is the way to play. And you don't have to play like it, but don't judge me for doing it because it obviously works for me. So yeah, now we just have to wait a few more minutes before we get another match. We have 7 minutes left. I'm just gonna look at the chart again. Now we see who are in the finals. And I think for the most part it will be no surprise. And from what I've understood, those that are the first two here will continue on until tomorrow. And likewise for tomorrow. Basically, top two generally go through. Yeah, that's no surprise either. Raid for his HSD. Codex versus Alum, no surprise. They don't know yet. Oh, that will be interesting. So that's still going on then. That must have been close. Here, group 15, no surprise. This will be an interesting match as well. Kraken versus Pat. Easy versus Tesher. I'm not really surprised when I see these. This is surprising though. Haven't seen... Oh, I do know Larynx. But to be honest, I did expect this team to be in the finals rather than H1Z1. Legion versus Life, no surprise there either. So in a little more than 5 minutes, we're gonna go onwards to the next match. Overall, I always like watching the tournaments. I don't necessarily like playing them. I've played quite a bit of it in previous clans and everything. We do it for fun in my current clan. But basically, this is just... this is a whole nother level of gameplay. Especially once you are going on... oh, there we go, there's the room. Especially as you continue through the stages and the gameplay gets harder and harder. You get to see some really awesome teamwork. And basically, it's not necessarily the tactics that win, they help. But it's team that is the best team that will win this. And that's for me the most fun to watch. So now we are on Faust. And Faust is interesting. I've never seen it in a tournament yet because it's like really new to the game. And I was actually talking to Zerd not long ago about this map. Because this map can be pure chaos. You have high levels, you have low levels, you have tunnels, bridges, everything. And it's really hard to figure out. But it's so much fun. It's a really, really fun map. And for that reason alone, it will be really fun to see this match. I can't wait to see what they're gonna do and how they're gonna do it. So R2K is going for a fair bit of speed, lots of mobility in the tanks that they've chosen, and a little bit of armor. And an autoloader. Well, Batchat technically is autoloader too, but that's a whole different category of tank altogether in my opinion. So this should be really good fun. On the other side we have a lot of IS tanks, a Batchat, possibly a 263 and an AMX. So similar lineup in a way. They're both going for armor, but for mobile armor. And for quite a bit of speed. But by the looks of it, Res is definitely going to take more armor into the game than R2K is going to do. So this should be very dependent on who goes where and who spots who, to be honest. So we have nearly 3 minutes left. Oh, an E5. I was wondering when that was gonna come back into the tournaments, because with the buff that it had, well, they call it a buff, I call it a nerf, but with the removing of the cupola, it is a very good heavy tank. But the question is, will it hold up in tournaments? Mostly because of the fact that it's quite prone to promo. So that will be very interesting to see how that holds up, and if it can actually be competitive enough. So the teams are pretty much set. I have a feeling everyone is ready to go. It would be nice if these battles could just start a little bit earlier to see what happens. They are changing around a bit, playing. Apparently you can set spectators, but I don't think you can take extra people into the game with you. So we have a minute and a half left to go. Everybody is ready. We're all just waiting. And waiting and waiting and waiting. I like how with Faust you have base A on top and the rest of the bases are all down below basically. You have to go into a tunnel to actually get anywhere. The map is pure chaos, and to me that's one of the most fun things about it, because it's not predictable in any way. And especially now, since it's new, people haven't really found any OP spots yet that they like to abuse, and places they want to be when they're in encounter, or the bases that are best to cap when it's supremacy and everything. But it's just a really, really fun map. So I have a feeling that with R2K starting in the north spawn, basically the easiest base to get would be base B and base A, if I remember right. But it will be very tricky because, like I said, these bases are they're pretty open. The map is chaos. So it's very hard to cap just any map unless the enemy is just nowhere near it. So we're gonna see in 8 seconds, we're finally gonna go into the game and have some interesting gameplay to commentate on again, aside from watching me noob out on PC. So here we go. I like that there's actually a queue for this when everyone has been ready for minutes and everything. I like how people are actually like advertising for other people's channels during this. But it's quite funny because as far as I know, I'm the only one streaming today, at least for the EU server. No idea how it is on other servers. So let's see what happens. The Batchat is gonna go for base C by the looks of it. He's gonna have a nice, pretty easy cap, with the rest of the enemy going to base B and with R2K going towards base A. This could be very interesting, because we have a Batchat that is just waiting there, that's trying to spot anyone. And he's now putting back, and I think that they think that there's no one there. But now Shockish is trying to spot anyone who's there. But they don't see anyone, so now they basically can get 2 caps. But by now, the enemy team is pushing hard towards C, and that means that they might be able to just get their base for free and have 2 bases while stealing one. People are being spotted now, and the Batchat has been spotted as well, so he has to be very careful, because even though it's very fast and really fun, it has next to no armor. So now Rez actually has 2 bases. They have 3 bases even, so they definitely have the point advantage, and all they need to do is just basically hide and wait for RTK to make the move. Now RTK is steadily approaching base B. I think they're gonna go after the IS-7. And this will be interesting to watch. It's hard to handle the camera with all the tunnels and everything. And Zerd is making a very clever move here. They have to be aggressive and they have to get that cap. Because even though they're losing quite a bit of HP, or at least the one Mo is, they need to get that second cap. And now the IS-7 and the IS-4 are probably gonna push. And Zerd just shot but did no damage. There's shots going on all around. The one Mo is definitely taking damage and needs to be careful. We have the Honor that is there to support Zerd. But they're all in very tricky positions and can't really do all that much. So now the Honor is actually shooting the IS-4 on the other side. Zerd is pushing up a little bit, but he has to be careful. Kid is getting some shots in. The one Mo is being more defensive. The Batchat just took his first damage. And this is exactly what I wouldn't say afraid, what I was anticipating. The map is pure chaos, and the team that has the most point advantage is likely to win it, because neither of these teams are stupid enough to make such a mistake as to give up the game. Now, Mr. Vodka is in a bit of trouble, and he's also leaving Kid behind. So now Zerd, wow, there went Kid. And now there's an advantage to RTK's side, because they have the advantage, the freedom to push. Mr. Vodka is running away, and Zerd is basically anticipating that, and he's taking the cap. Now the Vodka is not eager to just join that. He's taking the cap, and that is a very smart move, because that will earn RTK the definite point advantage. And then they just need to hold, and basically Rez needs to make the move. But now Zerd is in a bit of a pickle, because he did get shot there, so he had to recap. And Vodka is gonna start shooting the Honor. And the Honor is in a very tricky position right now. He needs to be careful. Zerd just had to restart capping again. And that is tricky, because they are steadily losing a lot of HP with this. And even though it looks like Rez is at a loss, because now they're definitely at a loss, because they're losing a lot of players. But Mr. Vodka is still alive. Boulange is still alive, but that's not gonna last for long. He's had very little HP left, and there he goes. And now Mr. Vodka is the last one alive. And it was, to be honest, a pretty close match. And they eventually won on points, not even on kills. You don't see that often. I think that goes to show how tricky this map is. Just for the people that are sending me friend messages, I'll look at it later. If you have sent me a message with them, I'll respond. But yeah, that was a tricky game, and it could have gone either which way, which in my opinion is just lovely. That makes these tournaments fun. It will be fun to see if they change their lineup a little bit, because these kind of games are just wicked. I love it when it's close and when it gets really tricky. And RTK is definitely changing their lineup. Oh no, it's actually Shockish that's gonna take the Batchat now. And I think the Batchat on maps like these can be really good, because they can spot so early and they can run away. And because there's so much cover and tunnels and bridges and everything, you can get away from any position, but you do need a little bit of luck and to not get shot at that much. So we have 40 seconds left. Kit still needs to ready up. And overall the lineup has not changed that much, to be honest. And it's just Like I said, I love matches like we just had, and I hope we get another one like that. And these are the kind of things that I always hope that doesn't end, basically. At the same time, you do want someone to win, but you do want the matches to go on because it's interesting to see and it's interesting to commentate on and everything. So let's see what happens for this next match. More speed on RTK's side. More armor on the other side. It will be fun. There goes the nuke. I wonder where it's flying to. Can't really follow it. I do, like I said, I really love this map. It's just so much fun. But I do need to get to know it better. So here we go. Let's see what happens. Now the Batchat is gonna go towards A. Enemy Batchat is gonna do the same. So this will be interesting to see. They're both going to a position where they are purely just spotting. They're not really intending to murder people. But they're not spotting each other, and that's even more funny. On the other side, we have a lot of enemies that are facing each other. Zerd is gonna go into base D. And they Res has base C, so they now have a point advantage because Zerd is capping late. And they need to be careful. Now the Batchat is gonna go towards A, he's gonna cap it. And that's gonna give them a point advantage. But oh, that was a big shot into the honor, and they need to be careful. Because this is a very tricky position for them to be in. And even though they do need to do damage, they need to be careful not to get shot at too much. So there's shots going on all around. Winch just took a big shot there. And HP wise, it's dropping relatively similarly. There's not really much difference between them. The Batchat is now gonna face the other Batchat. And that will be interesting to see. Because they don't really have the HP to make this last. So Batchat versus Batchat will be interesting. Because unless Shockish turns around and starts shooting first. There we go. This is very tricky. Shockish is in a really big trouble now. There we go. Shockish is gone. And that gives R2K a disadvantage. But they do have two bases where Res only has one. So as long as they focus fire, they might be okay. But there's some low health tanks all around. And they need to make the kill shots. They need to get those tanks out of the way. And to survive while doing so. The IS-4 just got some really nice bounces there. And they are going after Boulange to just kill them off. And now RTK probably has this. Because unless they have a lot of troll bounces, Res will not be able to recover from this. And it's the light armored Batchat that will be left alive the longest. And running around. Poor Batchat. And he's gonna get shot now, and I don't think he's gonna survive. He could potentially clip Zerd, but it's unlikely, even though he has a full clip. Surviving even is not gonna help him that much. I don't know what he's gonna do. He's gonna turn back. I think he's gonna try and jump on top of Zerd. There we go. That is not really the way to do it, but that works, I suppose. And even though Shockish was the first to go, the rest of them all managed to survive. So that was a very interesting match. And that was it for tonight, guys, I believe. Let me just check to make sure. I don't think we have any more matches tonight. No, that was it. And that was over quite quickly, to be honest. I did expect to be streaming for longer. But that was wicked. I loved the gameplay, especially those last 2 matches was just a lot of fun. And yeah, I'll be back here tomorrow, and I'll be streaming then too. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys again. If you have any feedback for me on how I can do things better, if the settings are alright and everything, just let me know. And yeah, that's it for tonight. Thank you all for watching, and I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow, hopefully.